So let's start our lesson for the Islamic Studies class 5. It's a unit number 2, lesson 5, the three fundamental principles. So we are going to discuss the three fundamental principles you should know. May Allah have mercy on you. That we should learn 4 points. That we should learn 4 points. As we discussed in the previous worksheets, that the four matters. Okay. The first one is the knowledge which consists in. Okay. So the first thing is knowledge consist in knowing Allah, knowing the religion of Islam by knowing the proofs from Quran and the Sunnah. Okay, then the third thing, knowing his messenger, knowing the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, acting according to this knowledge. So in the knowledge, there are three things come. In knowledge, three things are come, knowing Allah, knowing his messenger, okay, and knowing the religion. So, knowing Allah, knowing the religion, knowing the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So, in knowledge, three things are come in this category. Three things are come in this category. Okay, yes, Ayan, you are saying something? Yes, Ayan. You are saying something, Ayan?
Sir, I'm saying nothing. I didn't ask anything.
Okay, okay, okay. Sure. Okay. So, so knowledge contains three things. What are these three things are? The first thing is knowing Allah, knowing the religion, and knowing the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So these three things are come under the category of a knowledge. These three things are come under the category of knowledge. Let me make them bold so that so these three things are come under the category of. So these all are come under the category of knowledge. These all are come under the category of knowledge. So knowledge of Allah, knowledge of religion, and knowing the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The third thing, the third thing is calling out other peoples to this knowledge. Calling out other peoples to this knowledge. It means that doing the preaching of Islam, the dawa. So we are discussing the three fundamentals. The first fundamental is knowledge. The second one is calling out other people to this knowledge. Which knowledge? The knowledge of three. Knowledge of three things and call other peoples towards yourself. Persistence in the face of adversity that result from calling the people to it. Okay, so there is a word persistence. Okay, in Urdu we can say sabit kadmi. Okay, persistence in the face of adversity. Persistence means strong. The person who stands still in every condition. Okay, the thing which stand still, persist. Okay, so it's persistence in the face of adversity. The word adversity means the difference. For example, you are saying always tell truth, but there will some people in this world they will say always speak according to the conditions. So the difference of the opinion will come from calling the people to your ideas, to your Allah. So whenever you call people to from to these things, the people will give you new things or say you new things. Why? Because it's a rule of life. When you call someone, when you tell something to another, they will tell no, this is not done, this is not correct, okay, we didn't understand, or simply they start fighting. So these are the different opinions considered at the adversity. So that result, the result is from calling the people. So it happens normally. So persistent, be persistent, be strong, and get the knowledge, call other people towards Allah, and be strong. So these are the three fundamental principles. Okay. So knowledge is first on every man and woman. Okay. The knowledge of Allah is first. The knowledge of religion is first. The knowledge of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is farz on each and every Muslim. The person who doesn't have any knowledge regarding any these of three things, then that person is not a complete Muslim. If that person doesn't have a complete knowledge of Allah, if that person doesn't complete knowledge of religion, and that person doesn't have a complete knowledge of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, then the religion of that person, the iman or the faith of that person is not completed. So it's necessary to get the knowledge. It's necessary. It's mandatory for every Muslim man or woman, calling other peoples to this knowledge. So the second fundamental principle is calls out people towards the Allah, towards the religion, towards the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, towards the knowledge of Allah, towards the knowledge of religion, towards the knowledge of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So, calling other peoples to this knowledge, persistence. So, be strong because people will give you the different opinion or simply start fighting with you because of the different religious ideas. Normally, people start, someone is saying, for example, if some Muslims are saying to non-Muslims that there is only one God, then non-Muslims will normally they listen. But maybe there is a difference of opinion and someone starts fighting with the Muslim that you are telling a lie or they will not believe on us. So be strong, be persistent, don't be demotivated, don't be harsh, don't be rough, be persistent, because the difference of the opinion can be done. And by calling the people, for example, in the class, if we ask this thing, one thing, what thing, if we ask in class that who's going for to computer lab, so there are so many people, those who are agreed to going to computer lab, but there would be one or two people are there, they are saying, sir, we will sit in the class, or we will go to the library, or we will go to the ground. So difference of opinion are there, difference of ideas are there. For example, there is a picnic, so some people are saying, sir, we will go to some picnic point, the resort, the farmhouse. Some people will say, sir, we will do our own picnic and go to the desert. So, in one class, in one area, people have different ideas. So, be persistent. When you call someone to your own idea, so be strong. Never be demotivated. So, these three fundamental principles are there for each Muslim and Muslim man and woman. So, knowledge is there, calling other peoples towards the knowledge, and be strong in the path of Allah. So everybody understand this thing? Everybody understand this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now move towards the next question. Move towards the next question. What does next question is saying? Let's move to the next one. It's not the next question. It's the next paragraph. Let me make it on the new page. Okay. So the evidence of three principle. What does mean by evidence? Evidence means proof. In Urdu, we can say sabut. Okay, so proof. The proof or the evidence of three fundamentals. Al-Bara ibn Azib. Okay, someone sends a message. Okay. Yes, Ayan, you can read it.
Al-Bara ibn Azib, who said, "We went out with the Prophet, peace be upon him, to Al-Bural of
Burail.
a man from the Ansar, described the journey of the soul after death in if the man was from the believer, so his soul is returned to his body, and there come to him two angels who make him sit up and then say to him, "Who is your Lord?" He says, "Allah." They say, "What is your religion?" He says, "My religion is Islam." They say, "Who is this man who was sent among you?" He says, "He is the messenger of Allah, peace be upon him."
Okay,
If
that's great. That's great. That's great, Ayan. Okay, very good. So in this paragraph, what is written over there? So three fundamentals are there. Three fundamentals are there. See, I told you three fundamentals are knowledge of Allah, knowledge of Deen, the religion, and the knowledge of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So Al-Bara ibn Azib, who said it's a proof for the three fundamentals. Okay, so who said, we went out with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to the burial of a man from the Ansar. Ansar is a name of a tribe. Okay? Ansar, Quraysh, Banu Israel, Banu Umayyah, all these are different tribes of that time. Okay? So, these people, these Al-Bara ibn Azib went out with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to the burial. The word burial means when the person is died. Okay, the Muslims put the dead body inside the grave under the ground. So this is called as the burial. In Urdu, we can say dafan karna. Okay, dafan karna. But in English, we can say the burial or the buried. The body which is kept under the soil, it's a buried. So the burial of a man from the tribe Ansar. So they described the journey of the soul after death if the man was from the believer. So they are telling that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that when the person who is among the believer, who is among the Muslim, then what will happen with the soul after the death with that person? Okay, soul is just a ruh. In Urdu, we can say ruh. So the person is alive because of the soul. So when the person is died, the body and the soul become separated. The body is left in this world and soul is moved towards Allah. On the order of Allah, Hazrat Israel took the soul from the body. Hazrat Israel, he is a angel. He is an angel and he took the life on the order of Allah. Like there are four angels. There are four big angels. Hazrat Mikael, Hazrat Israfil, Hazrat Israel, and one more. Okay. So Hazrat Israfil, Hazrat Hazrat Israel took the life of a person. So, when the person is in the grave, it's normally said when the person is buried under the grave and people left the grave, the people are moving towards the outside, towards the gate of the graveyard. And when they reach near the graveyard, the angels come inside the grave of that person. It means that the person who took the dead body of that person to the grave and put that dead body or buried that person, right now these people are not leaving the graveyard and they are just leave the grave. The angels will come inside the grave. So his soul is returned to his body when the person is died inside the grave and the body is there. And there come to him two angels who make him sit up. These two angels will make the person sit up in the grave and then ask to him, who is your Lord? तुम्हारा खुदा कौन है? Who is your Lord? He says Allah. If the person is Muslim, he will surely say Allah. Then they will again say or ask, these angels will again ask, what is your religion? तुम्हारा इस्लाम, तुम्हारा मजहब क्या है? What is your religion? And that Muslim believer will say, he says, my religion is Islam. Then the third question they will ask, who is this man who was sent among you? Or in simple words, you are from which ummah? Okay, you are from which ummah? He says the ummati of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, or the he is the messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the messenger of Allah. So see, three things are there. These are the three questions of the grave. Every Muslim man and woman will be asked by these. Not just a Muslim. Every man and woman who is died, these angels will come because according to our religion Islam, we believe that everybody, for example, if you think about the non-Muslim, if the non-Muslim is died, Okay, and when the angels come to him and they ask, angel will ask them, and who is your Lord? What that person will say? What that person will say? Okay, that person has nothing to say. If the person is not Muslim, that person has nothing to say this question. Then the second question is, what is your religion? If some person is believing on any other religion than the Islam, they will say that religion. Okay, then the person who say, who is this man who was sent among you? He will never say, the person who is not Muslim, he will not say the name of the Prophet Muhammad. How that person will say? So, out of three questions, only one question will be given by one person, and all the answers were wrong. So, how that person will go to Jannah? See, these are the three basic questions. Okay, there are three basic questions. So, the person who died the first day of the graveyard inside, the man or woman witness everything. Okay, and they will get their blessings or their punishment in the first day of the grave when the person died and the people put them under the ground in the grave and closed the grave and left the graveyard. The punishment starts from the first day. If the person is good, then they will get the blessings on the first day of the grave, and the person is not good, then they will not get it. Okay, so these are the three questions of graveyard. These are the three questions of the graveyard. They are necessary. If the person doesn't have any knowledge, then that person will not answer anything. So did you guys understand this thing?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so anybody wants to read this one, this paragraph?
I want to read.
Okay, Ashal, read this one.
If the man who if the
Hello.
man was a disbeliever, he sallallahu said, then his soul is returned to his body, and there come to him two angels who make him sit up, and they say to him, "Who is your Lord?" He says, oh, I don't know." They say, "What is your religion?" He says, "Oh, I don't know."
So you see the Muslim will give the answer to all the questions. But non-Muslim, the disbeliever who doesn't believe on the Islam, that person has nothing to answer. That person has nothing to answer. And that's why Allah has nothing for him or her to give. Allah has nothing for him or her to give. See, if someone has time for Allah, then Allah has time for that person. If someone doesn't have time for Allah, then Allah has no time for that person. It's simply give and take. Allah always give the blessings to those who return towards Allah. Remember, Allah doesn't need us. We need Allah. Allah want us that we come to Him, but He doesn't need us. Wanting is something which is not required. You want that you have this thing, but if that thing is not coming, then it's okay. So Allah want us. If we go towards Allah, Allah will surely give the blessings. But if we don't go towards the Allah, Allah will say nothing. But all the blessings will not come to you. And in the end, the person will not enjoy the blessings like the persons who obey the Allah or who listens the Allah. So this is just a fact. This is just a fact of life that the person who is Muslim. That's why Islam is very much easy. Islam is one of the most easiest religion. Normally, what people think, Allah give the blessing on the very small things. Islam is very much easy. It just need a good faith. That's it. It just need a good thought. For example, if you're going on a road and you find some stone in between the road, you just put the stone on the on any side of the road. You put the stone any side of the road so that any car or any person will not get damaged or hurt. So Allah will surely give you the blessing on that thing. Nobody will see this thing. Nobody will give you anything. In this world, nobody will encourage you that you done the good thing. But Allah surely see this thing and give you the reward even on the smallest things. Okay. So we discussed one thing. Okay. We discussed one thing in the earlier classes. let me tell you one thing. There's a person who is not very good person. He is a believer but not very good person. But once that person is going near to any village, there is a well outside the village. That person is very much thirsty, and that person goes near to the well and see the water is very much at the end of the well, and there is no bucket at the top of the well. So that person goes inside the well and drink the water. When he came out, he saw the dog. There is a dog outside. That dog is lying down on the ground because of the thirst, because there is no water. And that dog, the tongue of that dog is coming out from his body. And so that person thinks that this dog is very much thirsty. So that person again go inside the well and put his socks or some cloth inside the well, so that that cloth or that sock will pick some water. And that man bring the water in this form. And when he came out, he put the water from that cloth in the mouth of that dog. In this way he gave the water, and Allah will give the surely blessings. Okay, Allah will give the surely blessing to that person, because someone gives the water to that person, to that thing which is very much thirsty. So see this thing, Allah will always want us but doesn't need us. We need Allah. We need Allah to survive. Because the person, for example, we got something, we got some issues, we got some problem, we say oh my God. It means oh my God. It just means my God. If someone who doesn't believe on any religion or Allah, what they will say? If they will say oh my God, then other person will ask, do you believe on Allah? So it means that whenever we got problem, what we do? We make a wuzu and start the salah and ask Allah for the help. But a person who doesn't believe on Allah and the namaz and the Islam, what that person do? So these person will be angry every time. They will got the severe health issues because of those things. But as a Muslim, the person who believes on Allah truly, that person will say everything to Allah, and Allah will take care of those things. It's just about the thought, the knowledge we have. Okay, the knowledge we have just drive us. For example, you are going to any mall. You just know only one road, and that road is blocked. Okay, now can you go or reach to the store or the mall? No. But if you know any other route, you can go to the mall. It means that you have a knowledge of the other roads, the other routes, other paths to the mall, then you can reach to the destination. Otherwise you will not. So that's why the knowledge is necessary. That's why the knowledge is necessary. And Islam is very much easy. It's not a difficult religion. So everybody understand this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. So any questions till now?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so what are the three questions? Can you tell me the three questions of the grave? Can you tell me the three questions? Anybody?
Sir, the first question is who is your Lord? The second is
Who
what
is
is
your
your
deed?
religion? The second is what is your religion? And the third is who was the one, who was the man who was sent among you?
Okay. So Ayan, can you tell me what are the three questions?
Sir, do we have
The
to
three
ask?
questions are the three questions are: who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is the man who was sent among you?
Okay, Aram, can you tell me the three questions? Aram, are you there? Can you tell me the three questions, Aram?
Sir, I have one question.
Okay, yes, Ahmed. What is your question?
When Allah will ask from us these three questions, then He will give us punishment also.
Yes, yes. The Muslim people, the believers. Okay. So see,
Yeah.
Allah is very kind and caring. Maybe if someone's done anything wrong, Allah will decide that that person will get the punishment. But after some time, that person done something very good. Then it's up to the Allah. Allah is very kind and caring. Then it's up to the Allah. Maybe Allah will erase that punishment and will not give the punishment. But remember one thing, all the Muslims will go to Jannah. But after completing the punishment, if all the Muslims ultimately go to the Jannat, okay, after completing the punishment, if someone is didn't done anything wrong, that person will directly go to Jannat, as Allah told us, okay. And if someone done anything wrong and that person will get the punishment, then that person will complete the punishment, and after completing it, then that person go to Jannat, okay, in this way. But all the disbelievers, all the non-Muslims, the person who died without the state of kalma, without the state of Islam, without the state of Muslim, without believing on Allah, without believing on the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that person will never enter in the Jannat, okay.
Sir,
The non-Muslims, those non-Muslims who do the good things, they will get the reward of good things in this world. Allah didn't took the credit of those things.
free
Allah
period है.
didn't took or borrow
Free
these things.
period है.
Allah gave the reward of those
आपका
things instantly to the
मेरा भी free
people who
period
are
है.
not Muslim. So at the end, these people will go to the hell. Okay, only Muslims will live there. The person who
Sir,
died in the state of Iman, that person would be in the Jannat. Yes, Ayan?
sir, my brother told me a story that there was one man who did a lot of bad things, but one day he just gave water to insect, and uh, Allah forgave him.
Yes, you are right. Allah forgave him. Yes, this is the thing which I told you right now. Yes, your brother is saying the right thing. You are right. So it's up to the Allah. So that's why Allah cared it. Allah is caring. Allah is loving. So that's why Allah forgave that person. Okay. Otherwise, the punishment is due. But Allah forgave that person because of his good behavior. That the person cares the other creature. Person cares that dog. Okay. And Allah cares that person. So in this way, the Allah is caring. So everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the
Yes,
assignment is
sir.
available. The assignment is
Yes,
available
sir.
in the class light. Everybody do the assignment and the time of the period is finished. We will meet in the next class, inshallah. Okay, bye
Sir,
Right,
everyone.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Bye
sir,
everyone.